You may recognize them from glittering pageant stages, high-fashion runways, or the social media feeds you can't stop scrolling through at midnight. But these 10 extraordinary women share two things in common. They are trans, and they are absolutely, undeniably trending. It has been several years since we last gave you a proper rundown of Thailand's most celebrated transgender women, and the landscape has shifted beautifully. Inspired by the conversation happening across digital platforms, we're back with a fully updated top 10 ranked by social media following, media presence, and the simple, undeniable frequency with which their names come up in every conversation about Thai beauty and entertainment. Let us be clear from the beginning. They are all winners. The ranking is just a formality. The greatness is real. When Lalisa Jade Wansri was cast in a minor supporting role in the Chinese blockbuster comedy Lost in Laughter, a film that went on to gross over $107 million, nobody expected what would happen next. In a single, fleeting scene, Lalisa delivered her one line of dialogue in flawless, unhesitating Mandarin. The internet lost its mind. Audiences across China and Southeast Asia rewound the clip, shared it, discussed it, debated it not out of curiosity about her identity, but out of sheer admiration for a performer who showed up fully prepared for a moment most actors would have treated as a throwaway. That one line built her a devoted fanbase in China that continues to grow. Today, Lalisa is celebrated across the region not merely as a beautiful face, but as a genuine performer whose presence on any red carpet draws cameras and crowds in equal measure. Her journey from a quiet supporting role to a figure of international recognition is a masterclass in making every moment count. She is the proof that there are no small parts, only small preparations. When Soraya Crown Pattaya was crowned Miss Lotus Queen Thailand at the prestigious annual transgender pageant held in Pattaya, the applause didn't stop for a very long time. It was 2015. It was the beginning of everything. The crown changed her trajectory, entirely catapulting Soraya from a talented young woman with big dreams into a recognized, celebrated public figure whose name carried genuine weight in the Thai entertainment community. But Soraya was never content to rest on pageant glory. In the year since her win, she has built a flourishing career as a freelance model and professional dancer, taking on editorial work, brand campaigns, and performance engagements that demonstrate a range and work ethic that pure pageant beauty alone could never have sustained. She dances with the discipline of someone who understands that a title opens a door, but talent is what keeps you in the room. Her presence in fashion and entertainment continues to grow, year after year, proof that the best version of Soraya Crown Pattaya is always the next one. Pamada Bloom Sitharat has a face that makes people stop mid-scroll and stare at their screens in disbelief. With nearly 100,000 followers on Facebook and a social media presence that seems to multiply by the week, Bloom first captured mass public attention when she was selected as the spokesperson for a renowned South Korean aesthetic medicine clinic, a role that brought her transformation story to a massive audience. The results of her journey were so extraordinary, so precise in their delicacy, that commenters across Asia began describing her in a single word: anime. Not as an insult, as the highest possible compliment, a recognition that her appearance had transcended the ordinary boundaries of beauty and arrived somewhere that felt almost fictional. Soft features, luminous skin, eyes that seemed drawn rather than born. Bloom has embraced her unique aesthetic identity with confidence and creativity, becoming not just a beauty figure but a genuine voice in Thailand's growing medical tourism conversation, encouraging transparency, research, and self-determination in personal transformation decisions. She is, in the truest sense, her own masterpiece. The draft day sensation. Every year, Thailand's mandatory military conscription lottery produces its expected cast of nervous young men in identical white shirts. And then, in Chachoengseo province, Mania Sky Charoenwong arrived. She was 20 years old. She was dressed impeccably. She was radiant. The soldiers didn't quite know where to look. Photos of Sky at the draft, poised, elegant, entirely at ease in a context that had never quite encountered someone like her, spread across Thai's social media within hours. Shared first by the recruits themselves, then by news outlets, then by the entire internet. Overnight, Sky became a national sensation. But what made her story resonate beyond the novelty was the quality she carried in every image. Dignity. She wasn't performing. She wasn't protesting. She was simply present beautifully, authentically, unapologetically herself in a space that had never been designed for her. That, Thailand decided, was worth celebrating. Since her viral moment, Sky has navigated her unexpected fame with characteristic grace, using her platform to speak gently but clearly about identity, courage, and the quiet power of simply showing up. Waranya Lens Ratanakorn was also 22 when she attended the military draft and, like Sky, her presence turned every expectation in the room gently upside down. Her wide, soft eyes and understated elegance captured hearts instantly, and the interviews that followed her draft day fame revealed something far more interesting than a pretty face. A filmmaker. Lens is a communication arts graduate with a genuine creative vision, channeling her experiences and perspectives into a series of acclaimed short films under the title Sweet Chaos, a collection of intimate, emotionally resonant stories featuring some of Thailand's most beloved internet personalities in their acting debuts. The films have been praised for their emotional intelligence and visual sensitivity qualities that reveal a director who understands that the most powerful stories are the ones told with restraint. Lens operates with equal fluency in front of and behind the camera, treating both as tools for the same purpose: connection. Her dual career continues to expand, attracting both artistic collaborators and brand partners who recognize that her creativity is the rarest kind, the kind that deepens rather than depletes with time. They call her Doll, and if you've spent 30 seconds on her Instagram, you understand why immediately. Rinlafa Daldarawat has built a following of nearly 1 million on Instagram through a feed that feels less like a social media account and more like an art gallery, each image composed with a meticulous attention to light, expression, and aesthetic that sets her apart from every other beauty influencer in the Thai digital space. Her face is extraordinary in a way that is difficult to describe and impossible to forget, delicate but vivid, soft but commanding, somehow both familiar and completely otherworldly. The entertainment industry came looking for her. Doll appeared in the music video for renowned Thai country artist Btoy RM, whose massive following introduced her to an entirely new demographic of admirers. The clip's visual elegance was attributed in no small part to Doll's luminous on-screen presence. Film roles followed. Then more film roles. Doll has proven, with quiet consistency, that the camera doesn't merely like her, it trusts her. And so do the nearly 1 million people who choose, every day, to see the world through her carefully curated, endlessly beautiful eyes. When Nariya Glow Chanakan walked into the auditions for the Surface Thailand Season 3, one of Thailand's most competitive and high-profile modeling contests, she carried something the cameras picked up instantly. Presence. Not the manufactured, coach-to-death kind. The real kind, the kind that makes a room rearrange itself around the person who just entered it. Glow's runway walk was electric, precise, powerful, and suffused with a personal style that felt fully formed rather than borrowed. She became an immediate fan favorite, her social media following exploding in real time as viewers championed her throughout the competition. Her elimination midway through the season was met with a kind of audience outrage that confirms, paradoxically, that she had already won what truly mattered, the public's heart. But here's what the show's editors conveniently glossed over. Glow had a fully established modeling career before she ever stepped on that set. The show didn't make her. It simply introduced her to a larger audience. She remains one of the most in-demand models in Thailand's commercial and editorial space, a professional who brings the same focused intensity to a catalog shoot as she does to a Fashion Week runway. The surface of things never tells the full story. Glow knows this better than most. Shania Pearl Rungpech arrived at the Surface Thailand Season 3 with a credential that her fellow contestants couldn't match. She was already pageant royalty. As the first runner-up of Miss Tiffany's Universe, Thailand's most internationally recognized and celebrated transgender beauty pageant, Pearl brought to the competition a composure, a stage presence, and a sense of identity that comes only from having already stood on the biggest stages and been judged by the brightest lights. Her time on the show amplified what was already a significant profile. Fans who had followed her pageant journey celebrated her runway appearances with the enthusiasm of people watching someone they had always believed in finally get the mainstream exposure she deserved. Pearl's career today spans modeling, brand partnerships, and public advocacy. Her status as a beloved figure in both the LGBTQ+ community and the mainstream fashion world a testament to her ability to move through spaces with grace, strength, and an unwavering sense of self. She is the rare kind of public figure who makes everyone feel that their support of her is something to be proud of. Juriya star Sawanthat had a year that most people only dream about. First, she was crowned Miss Tiffany's Universe, the title that every transgender woman in Thailand aspires to, the one that changes your life the moment the crown lands. Then she took that crown to the international stage and won the Miss International Queen title, the most prestigious transgender beauty competition in the world, representing Thailand before a global audience and bringing home a victory that sent the entire nation into celebration. 2 crowns. 1 extraordinary year. 1 unforgettable woman. But Star's story had begun long before the pageant stages found her. Her appearance on the beloved Thai television singing competition I Hear Your Voice had already introduced her to mass audiences, not for her beauty, but for the moment she opened her mouth and sang with a rich, deep, masculine vocal register that left the studio audience absolutely stunned. The clip circulated for weeks. It was one of those rare viral moments that reveals something genuinely surprising about a person, and in Star's case, what it revealed was this. She contains multitudes, and she is not afraid of any of them. Her double crown is remarkable. Her voice is unforgettable. But the most memorable thing about Juriya star Sawanthat is simply that she is always, completely, magnificently herself. After all these years, after all the newcomers and the viral sensations and the double crowns and the million-follower feeds. The answer to the question, who is the most beautiful transgender woman in Thailand, remains, in the hearts and minds of most Thai people, completely unchanged. Thiranat Bell Patapat. Simply Belle. She is the name that comes first. Always. Still. For younger transgender women across Thailand and across the region, Belle is not merely a celebrity or a public figure. She is an idol in the truest sense, a living demonstration that the life they dream of is not only possible but achievable with talent, grace, and the courage to remain yourself through every season of your career. Belle has built what very few entertainers anywhere in the world can claim, a regional acting career built on genuine craft, spanning Thai films and productions across Southeast Asia, with a reputation for professionalism and depth that her peers universally respect. She has been named among the most beautiful faces in the world by the internationally recognized TC Candler list, a distinction that confirmed in global terms what Thailand had known locally for years. But statistics and lists don't capture what makes Belle irreplaceable. It is the way she carries herself, the way she has navigated, with extraordinary poise, the specific pressures of being not just a public figure but a symbol of possibility, of beauty, of what it means to live authentically, and with your head held high. She has never stopped being the answer. And she shows no sign of changing that anytime soon. These 10 women are not just beautiful faces on a ranked list. They are living arguments against the idea that transgender individuals must shrink, must hide, must earn their place in the world through apology or explanation. Each one has faced a version of the question that all transgender people eventually face. Are you sure you belong here? And each one has answered the same way, by being undeniably, magnificently here. Their stories are personal, but their impact is collective. Every viral moment, every runway appearance, every crown, every film role, every follower gained is a door opened for the next generation of young transgender women across Thailand and beyond who are still figuring out whether they have permission to take up space. They do. They always did. These 10 women are simply the proof.